Yo, what's up tankers? Welcome back to the club. In today's video, I will be talking about the new Tier 8 Soviet collector heavy tank, the K-2. We can get this vehicle from the rewind from this event right now, and I got it already for all of you who are trying to get this tank for free. Maybe you are still grinding, so I'll try to help you to give you a better idea about this vehicle. And for all of you who got this tank, I will also try to show you how to play with this vehicle on the battlefield. So let's start with the stats, equipment, consumables, then armor, and then I got for you 2 battles to show you how to play with this tank. So all in all, this tank is basically it's not wrong. Most of you are saying it's a tier 8 IS4 before this tank got nerfed. So we have really strong armor, a nice alpha damage. So we have not the best mobility, but for that a very strong armor, and we have some aiming and let's say aiming and dispersion issues, accuracy issues with this gun, but for that an insane penetration, and as we can see here also a nice alpha damage. We can go for 400 damage per shot, sometimes even 450 damage per shot, so that's really insane. The armor, as we can see there, the frontal turret and the hull are really well enhanced and well armored. And we got 7 degrees of gun depression, so not the perfect tank to play hull down, but we still can do the job with this gun flexibility. The top speed we can reach 32 km per hour, and yeah, so the mobility and gun accuracy is really not the strength of this vehicle. But for that, as I told you, if you use calibrated shells, we can go for 313mm of penetration, and with that we can really penetrate any tier 9, 8 heavy tanks, and we will have no problem of penetration. And that's why I really suggest you to use calibrated shells. Go for the enhanced gun laying drive, because as I told you, we have a long aiming time and a bad gun dispersion. Use the improved materials in my opinion. Go for the enhanced armor to maximize our armor, of course. Enhanced tracks, I prefer to use enhanced tracks. Improved optics, engine accelerator to try to maximize our mobility, and use the high-end consumables. 2 repair kits. Also, if you want, you can go for the engine power boost, but this tank is not made to rush or push. I mean, it's a first line heavy tank. In my opinion, you're going to receive a lot of shots, and a lot of players will try to track you. That's why, in my opinion, go for safety first. Go for 2 repair kits instead of taking the engine power boost, and of course adrenaline to do more damage if you are getting pushed or if you want to push on someone. This is what the enemy is going to see on flat ground. For example, the T-32, a tier 8 American heavy tank, so it's all red. Only this spot here, the lower plate of our hull, is just pinnable, and that's not only for tier 8 heavies and tier 9 heavies, but also for mediums and light tier 8 and 9, and that's the only weak spot, in my opinion, of our frontal armor of the tank. So the turret is pretty hard to pin. We can go here, as you can see, 337. We got on the upper plate 283mm, so that's really pretty strong. Even with premium shells, the enemy will struggle to penetrate us. As we can see here, we are not angled at all, okay, and that's what you should not do with this tank, to angle a lot, because if you try to angle, look at this, you will have this weak spot here, and then on the other side this weak spot here. So always try to show just your frontal armor to the enemy, and try to hide this part here. Whatever, try to go, for example, hull down, and the enemy will see only this upper side of our armor. Or if you are on flat ground, for example, like this, try to hide this part here, because behind, for example, obstacles, rocks, walls, whatever, or do some side scraping. It's also possible with this tank, but careful, don't over angle a lot. There is a certain angle we can use for side scraping, but if you over angle like this, you're going to be easy to be pinned from this weak spot, okay? Careful side scraping, or just try to hide your lower hull in just behind obstacles. We gotta be very careful against tier it's gonna look the same for tier 9 heavies. Okay, if you just try to angle our frontal armor like this, okay, so it's gonna be hard for them to penetrate us. Of course, if they go for premium shells, they will easily penetrate us. So we need to be careful from tier 9 heavies and tier 9, of course, TDs. They will have it much more easier to penetrate us. Here, for example, the T30, okay, if he is running with calibrated shells, so we're going to be very, very easy to penetrate our lower plate and upper plate. So in that case, if you see you are playing against tier 8 and 9 tanks, it depends. If you are very, very skilled and you have experience in the game, you will know against with which tank you should go show up and show your frontal armor or not. If you are a beginner player, if you see you are playing against tier 9 heavies or TDs, just play only hull down, for example, and with that you will have a higher chance and a higher probability to block more damage. So it depends on the situation where you should show up or not. Against tier 7s, we are really, yeah, just a nightmare for them. Yeah, it's all red, even with premium shells, no chance to penetrate our armor, as we can see here. Okay, to resume now, yeah, be careful against tier 9 TDs and heavies. Don't risk a lot against them. And if you're playing against tier 8 and tier 7s, we can really risk a lot, go front line, show our armor. Of course, keep it in mind, always with hiding this lower plate somehow, or we can do some face hugging, go very close to the enemy so that they don't see the spot. And yeah, that's, let's say, in theory, and that's what I'll try to show you now on the battlefield, how to do that. This tank is really made just to go heavy side. There is only maybe one case, here we go, shot blocked already, one case to go medium side. If your whole team go medium side, go with them. But this tank is not made to go medium side because it's slow, we have a long rollout time, and yeah, we can't play it very well hull down. So go to the heavy side, it's the frontline heavy tank. And yeah, as we saw here, I already blocked 2 shots, okay, and I faced hug, for example, the Action X, who wasn't able to pin me. And yeah, so that's it. Go frontline, try to hide, as I told you, your hull, like I'm doing here right now. Okay, I'm using some small opticals, try to hide my lower plate. And yeah, one sneaky shot on the Tiger 2. Here we go. So as you can see there, I'm using the right angle, I'm not over angling my tank. Try always actually to show only your frontal armor to the enemy. And yeah, and let it happen. You will absolutely block a lot of damage if you play this tank like this, like I'm showing you. Just see what's going on around you. Sometimes you can risk, if you, for example, enemy is in front of you now. I was hull down for the VK, he saw only my turret, that's why he couldn't block me. And it depends on the situation on the battlefield. Sometimes you can risk, you can let your enemy pin you. I was on my way to finish the VK, that's why I risked it, and I took some damage from the Tiger 2. Now I'm again hull down, okay. Let's have a look again here. So actually, I'm hiding here on my lower plate, okay, behind this, yeah, let's say, small hill. And actually the Tiger 2, from his position, he can see actually only my turret, and that's why also yeah, try to use those obstacles in the map just to show your turret and upper plate to the enemy, so that the enemy can't pen your frontal armor. So nearly 2k damage blocked. I'll deal my damage, 2.5k of damage here, and we still have 1 TD and a medium tank. So let's take care of them. Let's try to do more damage. Of course, here a mistake, showing my sight for the SU-13 OPM, and I got punished for that. And yeah, this tank reminds me a lot, as I told you, to the Optic 252U, the same play style actually. Basically, it's just a second Optic 252U. So if you have the tank already, the Optic 252U, you will absolutely know how to play with this tank. And if you don't have the Optic 252, and now you get this K2, this tank for free, so in the future, in my opinion, there is really no need to buy the Optic 252 because it's really literally the same tank with nearly the same TPM and a very strong frontal armor. Both tanks are very similar to each other. And yeah, here we go, second class mastery badge and best player of my team, going for 3k damage and nearly 2k damage blocked. By the way, this tank is also really a good credit maker. The last situation for this review, and yeah, all the enemy tanks were medium side. Let's surprise the T-54. Here a missed HE penetration. Yeah, happens. Actually, I was aiming on the gray part, but sometimes RNG don't want it to do more damage. Here we go, let's track the project to 65. Here again, as I told you, don't angle a lot, okay? So the first time I pushed on the projectile, I was over-angling my armor, and that's why he pinned me. And here again, also the same against the Samoa, okay? Of course, sometimes if I get pushed from two tanks, I can't show for both tanks the perfect angle, and of course you will be panned. You are not invincible, but try always to show your frontal armor like this. This is the perfect angle to show in order to block some damage. Here we go, the Hori was waiting for me there. Okay, Hori is a tier 8 TD with an insane penetration. If the Hori use his premium shells, he will have no problem to penetrate my frontal armor. So as I told you, I risk that shot in that moment because I'm seeing that we are leading, but in general, in the beginning of the battle, just always be aware of tier 9 TDs and heavies, and also tier 8 TDs, because they will have it easy to penetrate our frontal armor. And here we go, that was a fast one this time, going for 2.1k of damage, blocking some shots. And yeah, in general, with this vehicle, if you just play it right, go to the right spots, always heavy side. If your teams go heavy and medium, stay with your team. Yeah, be careful, try to play it a bit hull down, hide your hull down, and try to stay alive, okay? And yeah, I mean, you will be doing an average with this vehicle, starting from 1.5k of damage, 1500 damage to 2k damage in average every battle. Of course, there is some good battles where you can go for 3k, 4k damage and get your ace tank and mastery badge, but it's really a solid tier 8 heavy tank for all just heavy tank melee players. You will not regret it to get this vehicle, especially you can get it for free right now. And yeah, that's it about this tank, what I wanted to say for you. So I hope this video was helpful for you to have a better idea about this vehicle. I was trying to show you how to play it. If you liked it, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, guys, hit the like button and comment the video and tell me your opinion about the K-2, the new tier 8 Soviet collector heavy tank. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.